right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Has everyone got a drink? Yeah? Or manic sprint to the drinks bar? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Rich. I'm the new driver here at Wagon Berlin. And I am very, very, very excited for tonight. We have 38 students here who are going to be revealing 9 new products to the world. Round of applause. Exciting. And it was just 9 weeks ago that they started out as complete newbies or relative newbies to the coding world. And they all came to Wagon with one of these problems. I have an idea for a product, but I have no idea how to build it. Or I work in a dev team, but I have no idea how I communicate with developers or with technical people. Or finally, I want to change my career, but I have no idea how to kickstart it. And that's where Wagon comes in. We bring technical skills to creative people. We teach people how to code and how to build digital products. How do we do this? Well, you can speak to any one of these to find out after, but we teach people coding in a 9-week intensive coding bootcamp. We take you from a complete beginner to a junior full-stack developer with over 450 hours worth of coding. That's a lot of coding for those of you who don't know how much 450 hours is. And we do it with our own custom tools and pedagogy. We effectively have honed a system after 4 years so that you learn in the most efficient and the most effective way possible. We also make sure that you learn about both back-end and front-end. Our program is a full-stack web development program, and we're getting pretty good at it. Over the last 5 years, across 28 cities, our students have built over 700 products, of which 9 are going to be showcased tonight. And also, we've had 100 startups that have come out of Wagon, and many of these, such as Destigo, Love Hotel, Seraphim, have raised over 1 million rounds. And very, very recently, just last year, Regained, an AI company, got acquired by Apple. But the main thing that makes Wagon are the people behind Wagon. And they come from a diverse array of backgrounds. And they also go on to do a diverse array of things. About 1/3 of our students go on to become developers. For instance, Say here, she used to be a violinist in orchestras in the US and Finland. Now, she came to Berlin, learned to code, and is now a full-stack web developer at Contentful. 1/3 of our students go on to study, to found their own companies. And 1/3 of our students go on to work at some of the biggest companies around the world. And also, we like to get our students jobs. You can recognize some companies such as Babbel, Mercedes-Benz.io, Kudos, Delivery Hero, Car2Go. Some of the biggest startups here in Berlin have all hired our alumni. And it is my pleasure to say that for the 2nd year running, it's just been announced, we have been voted the #1 coding bootcamp worldwide. Woo! But the thing that is really amazing about Wagon is always the community. And it is my pleasure to introduce all these students into our alumni community of over 3,000 people around the world. All tech-minded, entrepreneurial-minded, creative, and you have access to that in 28 cities all around the world. So, that's it from me. But I'm very, very happy to say that we have our first product to show to you tonight. So, I'll start with a question. How many of you like to travel? Okay. A nice man. And how many of you work out or like to do sports? Sort of sometimes. Well, our first product will show you just how you can do both at the same time. Over to you, Zuza.
For those who don't know me, hi, I'm Zuz. For those who do know me, guys, we made it. We made it. And I won't lie to you, the last 2 months were absolutely ridiculous. And I think that might have been the most challenging time in my life. But what's next? Well, I deserve some rest. And I'm going to travel. I love exploring places and meeting new people. And some of you may also know that before Wagon, I was a manager at Adidas. And Adidas is all about sports. So am I. And you may think, what joins these two things together, sport and travel? Well, personally, for me, it would be amazing to go somewhere and be able to do sports there and also meet people who are into the sports that I like and also get to know the sports that are local to the destination. And this is where the Travel Fit comes in. This is an app I accidentally found some time ago, and it is supposed to help me explore different events all over the world. So let's check it out. They empower travelers to explore and share sports events all over the world. And I'm also able to actually share an event and join a community of sports people wherever I go. Okay, so I'm going to Poland, I'm going to Portugal, I'm going to Slovenia, but actually these trips are quite packed already, like I planned a lot. But I'm also going to Tokyo in October. And as I don't know the language, probably Travel Fit will be able to help me to find some sport events taking place at that time. Okay, that's like quite plenty, looks good. What we have is local adventure, looks nice, interesting. Running, fitness, nice. I'm really into fitness, are you? Okay, let's go down, let's see what else is there. Okay, from the map I can actually tell that there are many things happening. But the tickets were quite expensive. And I would rather go only for the free events to keep track of my budget, if you know what I mean. Okay, there is still something left. Karate, cool. Oh, okay, we have calisthenics. Do you know what calisthenics is, by the way? Okay, let me tell you. It's a body weight workout. So no like lifting weights included, no machines at the gym. It's all about your body. It's all about push-ups, squats, pull-ups, muscle-ups, and so on. Some acrobatics might be included. And for me, it would be great to meet people in Tokyo who are also into calisthenics as I am. So should we check it out? Okay, there are some people going to the event. The guy on the picture is quite hot, so why not? Let's see what they say about the event. Okay, it's for the beginners, for the sport freaks as well. There's some muscle in there, good. So yeah, I'm going, I'm definitely going. And maybe I can learn something more about the event itself. Let's check out the discussion maybe. Okay, there are some people posting, cool. Is anyone else coming from Berlin? Yes, I am. Okay, so maybe we can reply and go together, meet somewhere, so I can have some European companions on the way. And also, one more thing. I can do like 2 or 3 pull-ups, but to do more, I would need my extension bands. So it would be good to know whether I need my own equipment or they will provide it. So let's maybe ask and see what they reply. And as I've been using this app as crazy for the last few weeks, I have planned many things and I joined many events. And frankly, I don't remember what I planned. It's too much. So maybe I should check and refresh and see what's coming up in the next weeks. Yeah. Berlin Marathon. Well, for the last 2 months, I went running 3 times. So I don't think I'm ready for the 42K now. So I guess I should leave this one. Are you sure? Yes, I'm pretty sure. Okay. One last thing. I haven't been 100% honest with you. I didn't find this app accidentally. I actually know the people who built this app, and I think they deserve some of your attention and maybe a round of applause. Woo. Fabian, our Flexbox master. Next one is Julian, our Chief Design Officer. Iliana, who unfortunately couldn't join us today, but Iliana, we love you and you're our Google mama. And the last girl you already know. So, travelfit.club. If you feel like going somewhere to travel and doing sports wherever you go, feel free to explore and enjoy. Thank you so much. Woo.
What a start! Fantastic. Well, I, for one, probably won't be using this app because I'm on a strictly no exercise diet at the minute. But on to the next. When I was in London, who's been to London? You know the Brexit place? Yeah, it's taken me 15 minutes to get onto Brexit. Don't worry. My hometown of London has a lot of buskers, people playing music in underground, and I always love it so much. But I always feel like I want to do more. Luckily, we have someone who will sort that out. Alex, take it away.
Thank you very much, Rich. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out tonight. My name is Alex, alongside my teammates Chris, Stefan, and Steven. And tonight we want to present to you a problem we encountered, as well as a solution that we came together and built. So a couple weeks ago, we were roaming around Mauerpark, which is a park nearby here for anyone who doesn't know, that features all kinds of live music performance and other kinds of performance every weekend. The issue with Mauerpark, though, is that sometimes it gets really crowded. Sometimes there's so much going on, music coming from every corner of the park, you have no idea what's going on. So when we were walking through, we noticed that we saw a lot of different artists that we wish we could know more about. We wish we could find out who they are, what they've done before. We could share their kind of information on social media with our friends. And we also wanted to be able to contribute to the artists a little bit more substantively and not just throwing our spare coins into a guitar case. So what we did is we came together and we made Busk. So Busk...
We'll have a little technical issue interlude.
We can do it with the cool background, that's fine too.
So Alex, if you were to be one street artist performer, who would you be? What would you do?
Well, I would like to learn guitar, so maybe I could learn guitar and then start busking and hopefully make some money.
Yeah, I'm not sure you make much money if you're learning on the job, but
all right, fine. What else is there? Maybe I could learn to juggle. I don't know how to do that either yet, though. Could be a bit of a learning curve as well. I can't code on the street. I don't know if that's a very popular thing to do, but I could try it.
Bus coding.
All right, it looks like we're up and running. All right. It's Busk.
Busk, everyone!
So basically, the problem we encountered is that we wanted to know what was going on around us, and we wanted to be able to contribute and find out more about artists in kind of these crazy spaces where there's lots going on. We wanted to know what was going on, basically. So the solution we did is that we came together and we made Busk. And so Busk is a music and other performance discovery platform for live performers. And with Busk, I can see all the different performances that are happening directly around me based on my own location. I can also swipe through and see all the different performances happening throughout Berlin, or even search to see what's happening throughout the whole world. And so some of these look pretty cool. Let's see here. It looks like we have Andy doing a cool performance. So let's go check out and see what Andy's been up to. Very cool. So now we know a little bit more about the performance, where it's happening, and when we can go there. And we can see that Pascal, Umberto, and Fabian, our friends from Wagon, are all there. So let's scroll down and see a little bit more what they have to say about Andy's performance. Okay, it looks like Pascal might be a little bit underwhelmed by the performance from Andy. Very sorry, Andy. So maybe let's go and find something a little bit closer to us and something we can be a bit more excited about. So we'll go back to Explore and find, based on our own location, what the closest performance is. And we can see that actually there's a performance happening right here in Factory. Must be a floor up or something. So we can see that Flora is giving a performance. And I would be very excited to see Flora's performance. She has a special place in my team's heart. So let's go and check out a little bit more about what Flora's doing. So she's doing a comedy routine, if I can read that properly. And yeah, so it looks pretty cool. Let's check out a little bit more about Flora's profile. What has she done before? Maybe she's posted some videos, some tracks. And here we can see on the profile, indeed, we have a series of performances that she's had before. We have some videos and SoundCloud tracks. It looks pretty cool. So we're going to decide to go, because it's just one floor up, so we might as well. And we're going to say attend once we get to the right place. So what we'll do is go back to the artists, to the performance page, and from there we can see, or any performance page for that matter, and there we can see, and there we can see a little bit more. We can go ahead and attend along with our buddies, and we can scroll down and make a contribution, because now it's Martin swooping in for Flora last minute, and we want to go ahead and give him a whole 10 euros because he has a really cool performance. So we'll send a message, a personalized message directly to the artist who performed for us, and go ahead and hit contribute. And with that, we can make a payment with our credit card, which is much more secure and a lot easier to do than throwing a couple coins in a guitar case or whatever. So we'll go ahead and do that. Just press the back button, upper left. And enter our credit card information in front of a live audience. And once we've done that, we can go ahead and press send our message and our contribution directly to the artist to support local art. And in that way, everyone wins. So that's Busk in a nutshell. Thank you so much to our team, Chris, Stefan, Steven. Couldn't have done it if it wasn't for our team. Thank you so much, everyone.
Fantastic. Have a second. Pass that on. There we are. Wonderful. So, from live entertainment, we'll carry on the theme, and we'll head to the wonderful world of gigs. Who likes music events? Who doesn't? Who plays a musical instrument? It's a tech world. Not many, I presume. But if you are, these people have got you sorted. Over to you, Alex.
Cool. So I'm a musician, and I actually played a gig in Berlin a couple of weeks ago. And it was really nice to have a lot of people from the Wagon out in the audience. It's a great community, and we all go to each other's events. And I just lucked out that I had a friend who knew the local scene and so could set up the performance. But if you're an independent artist and you don't have a manager and you're touring to a new city, it can be really difficult to tap into the local music scene. It's hard to figure out where to gig, and if you look up reviews of the venue, you end up on something like Yelp or Google Maps where people are saying that they went and it had great cocktails, but you don't get an idea of whether they paid on time, of whether they were professional, and whether they dealt with the artist in an appropriate manner. So it can be really hard when you're a touring musician to sort of cut down on that friction and to get through to a booking agent knowing that you're contacting them about a real gig opportunity and that they're really going to pay attention to your profile. So I actually heard recently about an app called Giggle that solves this problem. So let's dive in and see how it works. I actually signed up for Giggle a few weeks ago, and it asked me some basic information about my band, which is called Tat Tat, so I could put together a performance profile. So it asked for some SoundCloud and Bandcamp links, and it puts together this beautiful page that goes out to venues and that I can share with my friends to give them an idea of sort of what my band is about. And it also even includes reviews from venues that we've played at so that people can see all of the great 5-star ratings that we've gotten. Yeah, we're doing pretty well on Giggle. And as I mentioned, if you don't really know the scene in Berlin, it can be hard to find a gig here. So let's see how it works when you're on Giggle instead. So I'll go back to the homepage and just put in a search for Berlin, Germany, which is the place that I want to tour. And then it shows me all of these different performance opportunities that are tied to a particular venue and a date. So I know that I'm not just emailing them out of the blue, but that I'm actually reaching out about specific performance opportunities that are available for my band. And then I can click on one of them to scope out and see if it seems like a good idea. So I'll check out Thursdays at the Walrus, since it seems interesting. So I get some information about the gig, what sort of a genre they're looking for, what sort of a band profile they want. And I can also check out more information about the venue and view the venues page to see more about them. So it gives me some information about the venue, some contact info, which is super helpful to have. And I can also see what gigs they're organizing in town right now, so I can get an idea of what's going on. I can also see other people's reviews from musicians who have played there about what it was like. And unfortunately, people really don't seem to like the Walrus very much. So I'm going to pass on this one, I think. And I'll go back to my search and look for a better venue. And I actually see one on the page that's looking really interesting, which is called Le Wagon. So I'm going to check out, they're looking for a band for a rager. And I really think my band is perfect for a rager right now. So, I don't even really have to check out that much for their profile. I'm ready to book it. So I'm going to message them, and it sends me straight to messaging their booking agent, which is the infamous Rich. So I'll send Rich a message and just express my interest, give him some information about my band, and also when I contact him, he can see the profile that I've set up and can listen to my music and get an idea of what we're about and scope us out. So I'll tell Rich that I'm interested, and then it shows me that I've messaged him, that the booking is pending, and I'm waiting on hearing from him to see if Le Wagon is also interested. And it looks like they are. I'm getting a message from Rich, and he is interested in having us at the Rager. He's confirmed the booking. So now I can go forward and see the details for my upcoming gig. So now I can send this out to my band, let them know where we're playing and when, and it was so much easier to book with a service like Giggle than just doing everything through word of mouth. So I'm super excited for this performance, and it really could not have come together without the wonderful team that we had to make it. So Ian's not here right now, but we hugely appreciated his help. I have Emily on stage, and I have Orion in the audience. Come on up. Thank you, guys.
Disclaimer, we do not actually have a gig space, okay? This is made up. We do not have a gig space. Please don't get in touch with me after to book a gig, all right? Although I would love that. It would be great. So, from music to food. I am a terrible chef, I must admit, and I need all the help I can get when it comes to cooking. And there are a huge number of recipe sites out there. You know, when I do cook, I fancy myself as a bit of a Jamie Oliver lover, so I go on his. But it never matches to what I have in my fridge. It's always a nightmare. So luckily, this next app is going to solve that problem. Over to you, Matt.
Thank you. All right, well, a good crowd over here. So today I'm actually going to talk about an app called Recipe... Oh, I'm sorry, my phone. Oh, sorry. Hi, babe. No, I'm just talking to some people. I've got time. Okay, yeah, I can do that. All right, just 1 second. Okay, bye. Okay, so to fill you in, that was my girlfriend, and she's at the supermarket. She's trying to find ingredients to cook a recipe tonight because we've got some friends coming over. Last time we did that, we kind of spent hours on Google, and in the end we ordered pizza in, which was great, but it wasn't really what we were looking for. So this time we want to get the recipe right. And luckily I heard of this website called Recipeasy. Recipeasy, you can find recipes super easily, super quickly, and it's actually tailored to your tastes. So back to the story, my girlfriend's waiting at the supermarket, so let's get going and press that big red button. So here, there's some explanations. It looks like what you do here is that you're given an ingredient, whether it's an ingredient you really like or you find it in your kitchen, and then you lock it, meaning that you want this ingredient in your recipe. Now, what the recipe algorithm then does, it finds 3 different ingredients and matches it with the first one. So you won't get any weird stuff like, I don't know, chocolate and cheese, which might be to someone's taste, but this is more Italian kind of themed. So once we lock that in, so let's go ahead, actually. I'm going to have a quick look what I have here. Imagine what I'm holding. I'm holding spaghetti. Great. Got spaghetti. So let's lock that one into the recipe algorithm. And now it's going to come up with 3 other ingredients that actually match it. Great. So that was interesting. Carrots, I'm not too sure about. Last time, our friend, she has an allergy. It wasn't nice. So let's be careful and not actually take that one. But tomatoes, everyone loves tomatoes. So let's lock that one in and gives us another whirl. It's like being in Las Vegas. It's amazing. Slightly addictive. Let's take the garlic. Garlic is good. Let's give it another shuffle. Who doesn't like shuffling? Nah, that's boring. What's next? Carrots, allergic. Yeah, well, yeah, we got a plant at home. It's half dead, but I think we can use it. So let's lock in basil and then submit. So what the recipe algorithm does now is comes up with up to 3 recipes to choose from. You know how bad it is when you're at a restaurant and you got like a really long menu you can't choose. Anyway, we make it easier for you. So here I can see something that I normally always see from a recipe site. You got like the calories, how many people it serves, how much time it has. But there's also another feature that adds. First feature is a clock, which you can see. So that's one for people on the go, people on the move who don't have time. Perfect recipe for you. The other one is a calorie bomb. That's a donut, obviously. That's the one for your lonely Netflix nights, probably. And the third one is recommended by Giggle, the Italian chef of Recipeasy. Doesn't seem like he likes any of these recipes, but I think I want a calorie bomb, so let's go with the middle one. That looks tasty. So once I click on it, I can actually see more details. So how many people it serves and so on, we already know that, but also the protein values, the carbs, the fat, and also the utensils. Luckily, we went to IKEA last week. We got a lot of useless shit, but also utensils that we need. And all the ingredients, 4 of the ingredients, as you may notice, are actually in this. So this looks good, but my girlfriend's waiting at the supermarket. So I want to send this to her as a shopping list. So let's go ahead and send it to her as a shopping list itself. Great. And let's have a look, actually, because I think I also cooked last week, so I'm not too sure. Yeah, let's take that recipe out. I don't want that anymore. And what the shopping list now does, it will take it out of the shopping list, and the total will be completely different. So my girlfriend won't be confused. So let's send it to her now. Once that's sent, we can then go back to the recipe itself. Because she's actually shopping, I think it's only fair that I'm going to cook. So again, I'm going to ask you to use your imagination. This will help. Maybe this is like a chef's hat. So imagine me cooking now. So I want to enter the cooking mode. So I'll click on Cook Now, obviously. Now, the good thing about this is you don't have to mess up the touchpad with your greasy fingers. Instead, you can press the space bar or the right arrow. So I'm going to pretend now. I'm going to cook. So let's cook now. And this is me cooking. I don't know. I'm not really good at cooking. I'm just practicing, okay? So I'm going through the steps. I'm really good. I think the time was like 30 minutes. So let's just imagine 30 minutes has gone by. And perfect. It's not burnt, and it's even congratulating me. But one more thing, very important. Since Giggle didn't recommend any of the recipes, there is another feature. And this feature he recommends himself daily. So every 24 hours it's a new menu. And it's also based on seasonal ingredients. So it's not only good for the planet, it's also good for your stomach. So let's go ahead and actually click on Recipe of the Day and see what's in store for us. Ta-da! Bon appetit, thank you very much. We are going to clean this up, Wagon, don't worry. Also the team, so Yasha, of course. Then we've got Diego, the Italian chef, who's forgotten his hat. And Lewis in the background as well. Thank you.
We've got to get a Hoover in here now. We have a 20-minute break. No, I'm joking. Fantastic. So maybe I might actually maybe cook something by myself. Probably not, but at least it's a good attempt. But I am a big fan of eating out for lunch, I must say. Who's been to Cafe Mugrabi? Yeah, favorite place to lunch here in Berlin. But I find that I don't do it enough when I'm at work. I don't never go out for lunch with other people. So I was here and I suggested this, and 3 amazing people have just sorted out my solution. So over to you, Matti.
Hey guys, how are you doing? How are you doing? I'm actually a guy just from Pasadena who, just recently started working for Caltech, the California Institute of Technology, and it's actually, don't get me wrong, it's a great employer. I really enjoy working there, and I have a great team as well, but I'm actually kind of struggling right now. I'm struggling to get to know people or like colleagues from different departments. I think you all know it. You just started a new company, you have your team, your department where you're working for, you know the guys around you, but you have hard times to actually get to know the other guys and to know the people like throughout your firm. Yeah. So, and I always had like the intention when I start working to actually build a great network, and now I'm struggling. So, I was thinking like, how can I meet someone new from different departments, other scientific disciplines, especially me working for the California Institute of Technology. And so now I was actually asking the other guys from my department, and we're actually checking how come you know so many people from different departments, from other disciplines. How did you manage to do that? And they just told me that they actually like pulled weird faces and were super surprised, because they said like, well, you know, Caltech is such a good employer, they actually offer me the services of Go Lunch. Yeah, just a web application you can use anytime you want, and it's for free. I just signed up on Go Lunch, and it completely changed my working life. So how does it work? Go Lunch actually arranges lunch dates for me. Yeah, as a person who actually, like, especially with lunch dates with people from different departments. All I have to do is I have to sign up, set up my own profile, and then I just pick a date when I'm available to actually meet someone new, when I really want to meet someone new. And as soon as I did that, this amazing web application actually presents my next lunch buddy. So let's check that out. I just go on my profile, and here actually all the information about myself. I just added the company I'm working for, the California Institute of Technology, and the department, my job title, and my preferred lunch type. As well, there's recorded the information about my last messages, the lunch dates I already had, and I added my social media account so that people I met during the lunch dates, they can add me on their social media account so that we can stay in touch afterwards. As well, I have a messenger serving which I can use, so I can just go up there and I can, actually hack out the last details about the lunch date with my colleagues, or like my annoying girlfriend actually texted me, so I just tell her to go away or leave me alone. And but the main feature or the main fact that brought me here is actually the new lunch request. So let's just try it out. I want to have a new lunch date. Let's meet someone new. I want to go, well, I'm located in Pasadena, as I said, and then I want to go to a restaurant with someone new from some different department. I'll be available on Monday. Let's say Monday, yeah. So let's check it out, and who's it gonna be? So, well, it's Sheldon Cooper. I don't know, I've never met this guy before, but he might have an impact on my life. We might become friends. We'll see later on. I can add that information to my calendar, and so that I don't miss that lunch date. And then I can actually go back to the profile and see like all the information about him and his social media account as well. And if we don't know where to go, we can actually use the map to find a place around the university and to find the right restaurant. And let's message in and just try to clear up the last details about our lunch date. Let's meet him at 1 o'clock on Monday. And so now I'm really looking forward to my next lunch date. I really thank you. This is our amazing web application. We've just built. Max, Fabian, who unfortunately can't be here tonight, and myself did that over the last few weeks. And I really want to thank you. It was a pleasure to working with you guys, and I had a great lot of fun. And I want to thank all the TAs and teachers who actually helped us all the way to get to that point. And especially Rich and Philip as well. Thank you very much.
Hopefully now someone is forced to go for lunch with me, but that's, maybe that's too much. I'm gonna. This might be a bit of a sexist comment, but for all the men in the room, do you have what's called a man drawer? This is a drawer which you effectively open, and it's got loads of different stuff, maybe some nails, a button from a couple of years ago, and just loads of currencies from around the world. And you're there looking at it like, what do I do with this? I can't put it in a bank, but what do I do? Well, luckily, we now have a solution. Over to you, Michael.
Thanks, guys. How amazing's tonight been, everyone? There's been some phenomenal presentations going up. And I really think it's an amazing way to cap off a pretty phenomenal couple of months. We've learned so much. The coding's been out of this world. But for me, the number one thing I've gotten out of it is definitely the people I've met. The 37, 38 people who have come from around the world to Berlin to learn how to code. And isn't travel just amazing, the experiences you can have and the people you the people you meet? I don't actually see a downside to it. Except sometimes there's one little thing about travel that does annoy me. But maybe I'll come back to it. As you might have been able to tell, I'm from Australia. My name's Michael, and I've spent the last couple of years in the UK. Obviously, I'm now here in Berlin, and for the last few years, I've been very lucky to travel a lot. And through my travels, I've come across just one little thing that does keep coming up that annoys me a bit. And I often end up in countries with currencies that I just can't use. So here in Berlin, I've got some Aussie dollars, I've got some pounds, and they're kind of worthless to me. I refuse to use a money changer. I refuse to go to a bank because I don't want to have to pay somebody to get my own money. And so I was super stoked when I came across this amazing app called Swap My Dosh. And Swap My Dosh does exactly what it says. It matches travelers, allowing them to swap currencies for 0 fees. I know there's plenty of people in this room who would love to travel, so I want to take you through it and show you how it goes. Let's swap. Pretty simple. What are we swapping? Like I said, I got a fair amount of Aussie dollars, so let's go ahead and chuck in Aussie dollars. I've got about $100 with me, so we can input $100 there. And again, we're in Europe. Euros would go down a treat for me. In Berlin at the moment, so we can go ahead and throw in Berlin. And I'm here for at least a month, maybe a bit longer if anyone here wants to employ me. We'll see. And this is it. It's pretty phenomenal. So I don't have to trawl through endless posts. I can just see people who are in my city at the same time that I'm there who want what I have to give. There's a whole heap. It looks pretty awesome. Oh, hold on. This bloke down the bottom, I like the look of him. He looks like a bloke I want to swap some dosh with. So let's go ahead and jump in and click on him and get some more details. Immediately, I love it. His description is exactly why I'm here. He hates fees as well. I hate fees. Perfect. If we scroll down, we might be able to get a bit more information on the guy. 5-star review. Another 5-star review. Another 5-star review. Perfect. Let's keep going. Let's jump into the chat and see what we can do. Maybe I'll just reach out with like a, hey mate, want to swap some dosh? You know, just ease into it. And the thing I got to say that I love about this app is that I don't have to put any personal details in there. There's no WhatsApp, there's no Facebook, there's no phone number, none of that. It's all done internally. So if this Pascal guy turns out to be crazy, I just hit decline. He goes away. He can never get in touch with me ever again. And that's, you know, a nice bit of peace of mind, I reckon. He's already replied to me. This is pretty awesome. He must be, you know, on it. I really like the sound of this guy. I only need one message to know that I want to swap with him. So let's go ahead and hit confirm swap. And here, what I would love to do is go check out a bit more information on Berlin. I have only been here for a couple of months, so I don't really know my way around town that well. I don't know what is, you know, where to meet, what's safe. So Swap My Dosh has this awesome feature which allows me to check out the city I'm in, gives me a bit of advice on what I can or what I should do, combined with obviously my common sense. So how about I jump back in and I want to see whether Pascal's responded to my request. Oh, brilliant. There he is. And that's about as simple as a transaction needs to be. So I can jump back into the app and I can hit on review because, guys, that was awesome. I loved that. I'm going to definitely give him 5 stars. And I'm going to leave him a little note. Absolutely brilliant experience. And talking about brilliant experiences and 5-star reviews, I do want to introduce you to the Swap My Dosh team. Over here we've got Pascal. Down on the little keys we have Gabriel. And we've also got Clara. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, I'll take it. Thank you.
No, it's worthless as a £5 note. So. That is worthless. Well, there we are. Maybe someone will eventually swap my £5 note, but probably not anymore. So, let me take you a trip down memory lane. I will start off by saying I'm not an extreme sports person. I don't like jumping out of planes. I don't like rollerblading. And it all stemmed because my dad, when I was younger, put me on a skateboard without telling me how to use it. And I tried to push off, and then the skateboard flew out from underneath me, hit my dad's shin, broke his shin, and I ended up on the floor. So this next app might not be for me, but I'm sure for any skateboarders out there, this will fill your need. Take it away, Malcolm.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm feeling exactly like I was feeling this morning. I'm feeling the nervousness. I'm in front of this drop 15 stairs, and right next to me, I have this dude I just met. We're rolling our skateboard back and forth, just trying to grow some balls to make this jump. But, well, to make matters short, we made the jump. We made the jump, and I took some pictures of that moment, and it was fun. We're all in one piece, no injuries, good. Now with those pictures, I want to immortalize that moment into the website. And 2 weeks ago, I found out about this website called skatespots.club. So I'm going to go in it, and this website is specifically for finding skate spots around the city. And in those spots, you can meet other people randomly sometimes and build that community. That it's all about community too. For me, when I travel, I want to meet others and connect. And others just want to do something else, like pull tricks, which is also cool about this skate spots place. You can find not only spots, but you can also find challenges inside those spots. So with these two photos that I took today, I want to upload them to this spot that we found. And so I'm going to go into the website, and I'm going to search Berlin, because I'm in Berlin right now, right? Obviously. And this, let me find, what's the place? Okay, this is stairs. I don't see it, but I know that I can add a spot here. Yes, let's add a spot, and let's put a name like, I don't know, Berlin Throat. The place was like a throat to me, and I'll describe it kind of like. Put an address. I think it was Karl Marx something, Allee 109, something like that. And then I'll describe it kind of like 100 steps drop. And I'll put 2 images there. Let's see if I can find it on my phone. There must be somewhere. Yeah, that's it. Perfect. Let's upload them and see what they look like. Let's create the spot. And ta-da-ta-da! Build, awesome. So I can see the spot at the place, at the Google Maps, and I can see the picture, awesome. But it doesn't have any challenges like the one we meet today, so I'm going to create a challenge. The challenge would be the ones that we were making this morning, and that's like a 15 steps drop. And I'll put today's date, because it was today, and see if somebody else, when they find a spot, they dare to take the challenge. And then I'll leave a review, because I really like the spot. And 4 stars, and cool place, uncrowded, more or less. It was only this guy. And then I'm thinking about, what about tomorrow morning, right? I only have a few days left, so I want to find a new challenge. Let me go and search Berlin again, and see if there are any spots around me. The first one, it reminds Malware Park. It sounds familiar. I don't know if I went. I went. It was awesome. I left a review. I want to save it in my favorites. So in my favorites, I can look them up really quickly next time. But let's go back to the results after saving it and see the next spot. I think it looked somewhat cool. This spot was called The Nest. Yeah, let's see that. The picture looks pretty cool. I'm down for like a skate park. I think I'm going to see the challenges. Let's see, what's the challenge there? The first one, nah, not that one. The second one, no. The third one is a backflip, or is it a shove it? Okay, a shove it. Yeah, I'm down for that. I'm going to take that challenge then. So tomorrow, I think that's going to be my challenge. And challenge accepted. Challenge accepted, so that's going to be my challenge tomorrow. What's your challenge going to be tomorrow? Thank you. So, in a few words, I would like to thank Jin Yong. He was like part of a great team. And the other 3 members, Yan and Jay, C and B, I couldn't be here, and they're somewhere else, but they were incredible part, and the school too, all the TAs that made this happen. Thank you very much, and thank you. Thank
you, Malcolm. Well, that's one that I certainly won't be using, but any skaters out there, that's the one to use. Next up, sustainable development. We have one big fan right here. As this man points out, it's a very hot topic indeed. But I think what we often find is that it's very difficult as to how we can make a contribution. That's what I find very difficult anyway. We can all turn vegetarian, vegan, and everything. But how do we really make a difference? Well, luckily, Alexis, he has the answer.
Thank you, Rick. So I've been working on solar energy for the last 10 years. My job was to help people and companies install solar panels on the roof. So I think it's great. I mean, it helps people save money. And it's also green and sustainable, so it's good for the world. Now, there's just one thing that I'm a bit frustrated. Is that in all this time, I wasn't able to have my own solar panels. And why is that? It's I don't have a roof, I don't have a home. So maybe this is a... I rent a flat, but I won't put them there, you know? So maybe it's a problem that some of you also have. So actually, I want to tell you about this app I found. It's really great. So this is what they do. So they help you find a roof for your solar panels. So let's see how it works. Okay, so it's very simple. So first step is they find a roof from a company, so a flat, nice, big roof. Then second thing I do is I can buy some panels. They will install them for me there. And the third thing is I can sell my energy to that company. So I get a return on my investment. So yeah, let's start building a better world. Okay, so let's see what's there. So we see some projects. For example, it's a project in Madrid. It's hosted by Coca-Cola, so it's the roof of Coca-Cola. They're raising like 1 million euros to put a lot of solar panels. There's ones in Vienna. There's another one in Madrid for Coca-Cola as well. So let's see. Actually, I would like to invest. So let's search through these projects. So let's do crowdfunding projects. We're currently active. And actually, I lived in Vienna for a while and have some friends there that live as well. So let's see what we find. Okay, so we have a project in Vienna. They're raising. They're halfway there through the crowdfunding. There's still some days left. So let's try to see and invest. So what can I see from this project? I see it has a good return. It pays me 7% per year. That's not bad. We see the type of panels. It's a high-efficiency panel. We see it's going to be built by the end of the year. Then we have a description. We see where it is. We see the map. So I really like it. I mean, it's 350 euros per panel. It's not too bad. And I've been saving, and I've been waiting 10 years to do this. So it's the first time I can do it. So I think I'll buy 10 panels. So let's see what this brings up. Okay, so 3,500 euros, big investment, but worth it. And there I also see my benefits. So if I invest here, I will earn 10,000 euros over 20 years. So that's nice. And I will also save some CO2, so I will save on my emissions. So yeah, let's buy it. Let's see. Now I'll enter my credit card details. It's the same credit card that someone used, but I guess the owner doesn't mind. Yes. Okay, let's see if it worked. If I have my panels. Yeah, so I'm an owner of 10 panels now. So let's see if I can see some information about my projects. Actually, I didn't tell you, but I've been doing this for a while. So I invested last year on a project. So it was a project in Rome. It was fully crowdfunded, so we went through, and it's been active for a few years now. There we see how long it's been active. And also, I can see, like, every day what was my production. So there we see the little chart there, like, that's how much sun there was. So it was actually producing, but during the midday, there was a bit of a cloud. You can also see the production during the different days and the whole year. So that has been good. And now there's a new tab, so that's my last investment. Let's go to Vienna. And yeah, so let's hope it gets fully crowdfunded, and then I will have 10 more panels. And actually, if I do this, it will be the equivalent of planting 26 trees. So it's not bad. So I'm very happy about that. So I like to thank also Umberto and Pierre. Where is Pierre? Pierre, it was great working with you guys and the guys from the Wagon. And if you want to hear more about the project, solarizeme.club. Thank you.
Fantastic. Well, you definitely know where to wisely put your money. Those returns look killer over 10 years. Right, we're down to our final product. We've gone through 8 already, down to our final one. And the final one has a special place in my heart. I'm a big art lover, I must admit. I don't go to many museums and I don't know much about it, but I do quite like art, you know, at least saying it. It makes you sound more clever than you are, at least. But luckily, and the hard thing is I don't know that much about it. So luckily, I finally have something which will sort it out. Here we are.
Hi. So if you ask me if I like art, I would say yes, because who says no to that question? Who says, no, I don't like art? But when I think about art, hey, who said that? When I think about art, I think about things that are kind of classical, like Rembrandt and Monet and Van Gogh. And I don't think about contemporary art, because when someone brings it up, I think of the weird avant-garde, kind of my 5-year-old could do that kind of stuff that you see in New York art exhibitions. And I recently went to such an exhibition and watched a nude man roll in a pile of salt for an hour. This is a true story. And I didn't know what to make of that, and I still don't. So I stay away from that kind of thing. But recently I was on Facebook and saw my friend share something called an art room, where he had collected a bunch of pieces of art. They were very pretty, and they were contemporary. So I thought I would check out the website for myself. So let's go there. And here we are. I can see they're asking for my mood and something that I'm interested in. So let's start with my mood. I feel good. So let's pick something that corresponds to the good feeling that I have. Joyful is the most like it. And something that I'm interested in. All of these look like things that I'm interested in, actually, indeed, depending on the day. But I'm going to stick with humanity for now and see what comes up. Let's discover something. And here we are. We have something. This is something, but it's not my thing. So let's go to something else. Okay, I like this a little better. Let's go down and read a bit more about it. There are some descriptionizing words here, and I can look at more of the words. And it's really interesting. Still not entirely my thing, so maybe something else. Okay. I like this. I don't know who this artist is, but her stuff might be cool. So let's click on the artist name and go look at the artist page. This is cool. We have a description of what the artist has done and some other things visually displayed for us that the artist has done, and I like them. So instead of the original thing that I found, I think I'm going to look at the one on the right. And yeah, it's beautiful. Actually, I can already see that I like this. So I'm going to hang it in my room. And here we are. This is my art room. I have already hung up things in here that I find visually pleasing. And they are all contemporary works of art, and they're here for me. So I can take this new thing into my room and move it around. I can resize it a little bit to fit what I have going on here. I can resize other things in the room to make room for it if I want to, and move them a little bit. And now that it looks great, I can save it. And now that I'm looking at it a little bit more, it's not perfect because those lips don't look like they fit with what I have going on here anymore, so I can delete it. And now that it looks quite nice, I can share it on Facebook if I want to with that icon. So this is Art Room, and it was born out of this really genuine desire to get people interested in and liking contemporary art and to show them it's not super scary or weird all of the time. And we're definitely going to keep working on this and add more pieces of art and more artists for sure, like a lot more of them over time. But there's some good stuff on there now, so you can actually use this artroom.fun. And it's best on desktop. That's a good And I want to thank my team. That's my team. That's Noah. And we also have Camille and Ginny. Thanks.
Well, what a way to end. We can now all become cultured human beings. Finally, finally. Wow. These people have worked so hard over these 9 weeks. I'm always amazed at the standard that just keeps on getting better in terms of products. So I want to invite everyone who was a student up on stage, if you can all fit. Quick, come on, guys. Guys, you're gonna have to spread out. There's a lot of you. Unfortunately, Flora, the dog, couldn't make it, which was very sad, very sad. Everyone on. Small ones at the front. And I just want to say, on behalf of everyone in the Wagon team, and also I hope on behalf of everyone, a big round of applause for you all. Well done. But obviously, Le Wagon doesn't just happen. It happens because there's a load of teaching assistants and teachers who make it happen. So you can. So I just want to say a big thank you to everyone, to Achilles, Arby. Where's Arby? Arby's over there. Benjamin, Brian, Leon, Lotta, Martin, Max, Phelim, Pim, Raphael, Sarah, Tony, Victor, Vinny, Andy, Greg, Jad, Sandrine, and Tom. But also there's the core team at Le Wagon who really do make this happen. They stay late, 8 to 9 p.m., sometimes later when these rabble want to do more. And we really couldn't do it without them. So, first of all, Clara, our newest addition. Instilling the discipline in everyone. Then we have Alice, who's lead teacher. And finally, Mr. Cool, Dimitri. But then there's a very special someone who has built up Le Wagon for a year and a half now, and I'm in a very lucky position to take it over from his capable hands. He's got a promotion. He's going to be looking after VP of Ops for Le Wagon as a whole. So a big round of applause for Philip as a driver. So thank you very much for coming. Please grab one of these. There's
Yes.
a whole fridge of them.
But before you do, 2 more things. Number one, we forgot one extremely important person. Our CTO, who's hiding over there, Sebastian. We actually were talking earlier today, and when Le Wagon started out, we didn't have the platform we have nowadays. We started out on Google+. Who here still has a Google Plus account? My point exactly. But hey, it was the right tool at the right time, just not very long. That's why we have our own tool now. But nevertheless, thank you very much, Seb. Without you, there would be literally nothing. And more importantly, no, not more importantly, I'm sorry for that. Equally importantly, thank you very, very much, Rich. I've transitioned out of this role now for the last 3 months. We've started handing this over, and it's been an absolute pleasure. I'm 100% convinced you're going to do amazing things. You're going to have, hopefully, as good batches as those. It will be tough. It will be tough. So if you're in the next batch, you better do your shit right. And thank you all very much for coming. It's been an absolute blast. Give it up for Rich. He's...
But seriously, grab a beer, stick around, talk to people, be social. And if you want to come to an after party later, we will be going to the early hours.
We have a really nice after party plan. We'll have free pizza, free beers, free drinks, and a shit ton of good music. So stick around. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend.